Hi guys, Toni here from Toni Reviews. Now I know it's been a little while since I last uploaded. If you follow this channel you'll think, what the hell, I haven't seen a video in a while, but I'm going to roll the B-roll and you'll see exactly what's been keeping me busy. So let's roll the B-roll. Right, I know there's lots of questions in here about what's this got to do with, what's camper van got to do with reviews and rides, but stay with me. So I'm not going to get into a long drawn out answer, but all my holidays as a kid were in a camper van. I absolutely love the sense of freedom and adventure that a camper van gives you, and that is something that's reminded me to this day. Don't give me a 5-star all-inclusive holiday packaged in a little box and send me off somewhere. I actually would much prefer the open road, all the trials and tribulations and everything that goes with experiencing the real place. That is far much more me. And a camper van is something that I think, I know I still enjoy that type of thing today. And what I'm hoping to do is build my own van, which has got the capability to put the bike on the back. So if I decide to go to Europe or up to Scotland or anywhere I decide to go, I've got my base, I've got my bike on the back, I can go off on my adventures and come back to my base. So that is the story behind buying a van and building a van. Now, I don't have any previous experience in building a van. Yes, I would say I'm a competent DIYer. And the fantastic thing is there's plenty of YouTubers out there that can give me and have given me lots of advice on how to go about building my own van. Now what's happened is I've been pretty busy in getting the foundations of the van ready, and I've moved on quite a bit. At this stage I'm at the stage where I've put the full ceiling in, I've put the skylight in and 2 windows, and wired up the centre lights, and I've filmed most of it on my phone. So what I'm going to try and do is sort of divvy that up and split it into little segments and make it more manageable. But I don't want to go too far and ruin and forget the flipping journey that I've been on and that you guys are going to miss out on, and I'm going to forget what's happened. So what I'm actually going to do is break all those bits down, so forgive some of the bad quality that's filmed on phones in times and places. But a lot of it I've started to film on a GoPro whilst I'm actually doing the work. So you won't see me, you'll just see my hands doing bits and bobs. But the first bit I'm going to take you guys through is section 1, which is when I bought the van. So you'll see the van from scratch without anything. Me first putting in the insulation and attempting to build the headliner above the cab. So put a little shelf above the cab of the driving compartment. So that is what we're going to do, and I'll take you on that journey now. So let's get to it. Mum, careful of the cones. Here we go. Inside the van before anything's done. Bulkhead, side door. Got to do the lock. Going to remove that. The new side windows, one for that side, and opposite on the sliding door side. I'm just going to take the bulkhead out all the way down, and it's wet in here. Whew, going to get started. So as the roof's arced, it's got loads of little ridges, cutouts, bits that are lower than others. Basically each piece of board has to be shaped individually to fit. So I've just cut a piece out, cut out some of these big pieces where it's going to sit, and hopefully sit flusher. Now these roof boards are made a little bit wider than the beams, so the board can slot in, and then when I vapor barrier, I can vapor barrier over the whole thing. So I've just shaped this last piece of board that's going to fit out this last section, and where it arcs at the highest point I'm going to put a roof pin here so I can really jam it up, because the board is flat but the roof is arced, and if I just leave a flat board it's just going to sag below this point, and I want it up. I want to keep that arc of the roof, if you know what I mean, the way that I've kept it all the way along. So when I put the outer skin on, you'll have a slight arc to the roof and it won't just be a flat roof. So that's what I'm going to do next. Just shaped up this piece of board. As you can see, it's got all little bits cut out of it. And on the other side, all these little corners, and that's just so that it can sit flush. And I've just taped them over as well, so that they're sealed. So the angles in the roof are bowed. So, and this is obviously a flat board. It's got some flex in it, but there's a lot of ridges and bends and all that. So you're going to have to cut various bits. So I've just fit this board, but what I'm going to do is cut this edge off to let it fit. So I'm just going to use, actually, scour it out with a knife. This is the way I've been doing it. And then cut it. Like that, and shape it. To size. And then I might actually take that as well to keep the so cold I can't even bend this off the wrapper. But just put a bit of foil tape in there to so these are the pins that go on the roof, and then these things slot over the top of them, and what happens is they spike through the board and slots up, and it keeps it in place, and then you can just cut that off and tape over this, and that won't be seen after you vapor barriered the roof. So like I said, in order to keep that, I'm going to have to put a couple of pins in there to keep that board pushed up really as tight as it can go. So I'm just going to do that. Right, that's the board up. As you can see, the pins are in up here. Pin, and the board's moving on it. The board, see the board moves? Put these pins on, these covers, which are really hard to get on. You feel like you're going to stab yourself every time you do it. Once it's on, you can slide up, then you can push the board up and it holds it up. So now I've got the curve, you see that? Cut these little recesses out so it should be more of an even thing. I just need to put one on there. These are the little plates that hold it in. Oh, it's so cold out, I can't even feel the pins. But there's the other pin. So these are stuck to the roof. I just need to put it there because it's too hard to do one-handed. And then you can just push them up and it holds it up. You see that? It's held up now, it's solid. So I've just got to do these, cut these last sections out, and obviously with these recesses I'm going to have to cut all that. But the rest of the roof will be done. Then I'm going to fill all the channels with the fluffy stuff and then vapor barrier the whole lot, and it should be nice and cold, keep the cold out, keep the wet out from when you breathe, because when you breathe and it touches this metal, literally it's like wet in here. So that's where we're up to. Right. Hey?
They look nice when you look beautiful.
Up. Yeah.
Like that, look, you look here, come down.
Yeah, they're really bright.
Oh yeah, look lovely.
Really
Oh,
bright.
lovely from down here, look.
Do they?
Yeah.
Look.
You should get a ear film it. Watch yourself on that.
Yeah, looks good. Really bright. Look, you can see.
Oh yeah, really bright.
It lights it all up. Just trying to make this front bit. That's a little template I've made to go around this curvy shape for the headliner, and then that will go all the way across, and then in the middle it arcs and it will come down. It will have to be cut out around this shape and also around the wire in here, and it will be hidden inside all of this. So we're going to put this frame across and then bolt a piece to the front of that, and then this will be a cupboard over the roof here. I might put a little light in as well so that you can turn the lights on and see inside the cupboard. I might put that up there. So yeah, so just making this template basically to fit the wood, and then I can make the wood, cut the wood out, jigsaw it out. So here's the first bit of the frame. I've just put this up, countersunk the original bolts in there to something solid to screw to, but also because it dips there, I'm bringing it out. So I'm bringing it out level, square, if you know what I mean, because in there that's out and that goes in. So I'm bringing that out to the same level so that I can do that and screw the front of my thing to it. So this isn't fixed yet, this thing, it's not fixed this yet. I'm going to put some brackets under there, screw them in, and then screw that to that, so that will be bolted in there. I might even screw in there. This one I've sort of left because of the wires, but I might put one in there, I'm not sure yet. I'll wait and see how I'm going to fix this. But then the board is fixing, the 18mm ply is fixing from here to here, so that'll hold it in place. It just gives me something to screw to as well. Right, so this is at the moment a little bit where I'm up to. I've carpeted and made the inners here, and I'm going to carpet this, and I've made these which are going to sit up there, and that will light the cupboard on the inside, but I also want to carpet this bit I think as well. And then the front is going to have a fascia, which will have a little pull down cupboard, little door opening. I've cut the front, just got to fit it all together. So this is bonded in with Sikaflex all here, Sikaflex sealant, made all these little bits here, joined it in up here as well. But the front is going to be screwed onto this, which is bolted into the old bulkhead and screwed onto the bottom here, so it should all be very solid. So there we go, Sikaflexed in. These were just to keep it propped up while it's drying, but it seems to be dry now. So that's that. So yeah, that's it. That's the carpeted interior at the moment to the inner cupboard. So here we go. 2 little lights inside, or 4 little lights inside the carpeted area. So all this has been made. This is the shelf unit, nice and solid if I want to put anything up there. So yeah, this is going to be bolted off with a new front cupboard bit, so this will have a little opening for a cupboard, and then obviously this is just above the cab area. This is the little shelving unit that will put little bits and bobs in. So I've just carpeted all that now and made all these extra little bits for these little spotlights to go in, and that's just wired up on the same lighting rig as the centre lights. So yeah, that's what that looks like at the moment. Okay, so fast forward a few bits. The problem with the build is the fact that you do one thing, but in order to move to the next point, you've got to do something else, and so it's the footage is quite sort of muddled up. So what I'm trying to do is go through it, and I think what I'm going to do is obviously make this more of a blog, vlog, whatever you want to call it, diary of the journey. So there'll be probably bits and bobs popping up, but what I'm trying to do is, like I said, put all this stuff in order from this point. So we're looking at the insulation and the headboard, headliner thing above the cab. What I'm doing at this stage is I'm using a cellulose-based wood primer, which I intended then to stain the headliner board fascia the same colour as the slats that I'm having on the ceiling. So what you see here is me using the cellulose-based stuff to prepare that. What I then decided to do later on, as you'll see, is keep it the natural colour of the ply and varnish it. So this is me jigsawed out the headliner and preparing the wood. Right, here we go. Doing the headboard, if that's what you call it. It looks like a bloody headboard, that's why I keep calling it the headboard. Just rubbing this little pencil mark off a little bit. So it's not so obvious. Because I want to keep the colour of the wood if I can-ish. Or put the stain on, so I don't want it to show through. Right, I think that is it. Yeah, headliner, board, whatever. Hopefully, I'm going to stain it. It will be the same colour as the slats on the roof. So this is the final result. I decided in the end to keep the headliner fascia the original colour of the ply. Now this is a 9mm ply. I'm not going to put a cupboard on the front because I felt that if I put a cupboard on the front, a door, it was going to look a bit like a caravan, and I don't want it to look like a caravan. You know, this is going to be a sort of modern, rustic camper van, self-build. It's going to look really nice, hopefully, when it's done. And I just felt that that wasn't going to, the cupboard door wasn't really going to fit with what I was after. And that is the final result. So that is what where we're at. I won't go on to the windows and the skylight, which I'll just give you a sneak peek, but there is the skylight. So this is the roof. I mean, I'm a bit too excited not to show you. Sorry, I'm falling over everything, but this is where we're at currently. I'll give you a full tour of that and you'll get to see all of them bits, but at the moment this is the headliner and the bit that we're talking about this week, so that's where we are. So I hope you found this video helpful, interesting, exciting, all of those things. I'm at the very early stages really of getting this van built, so there's plenty more videos coming up. You're going to see me tackling loads of tasks that I've never tackled before. So yeah, stay tuned and hopefully watch this van turn into a beautiful camper van, which is going to have many exciting adventures along the way. So yeah, stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, loads more videos coming up. Safe riding, safe driving, and I'll see you all soon. That was a mic drop, by the way, so over and out. Don't forget to check out the Let Us Live website for all your motorcycle and adventure inspired merchandise. And there's a 5% discount if you use Toni Reviews at checkout.